Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of those videos where I talk about updates on Dwarf Fortress coming from Toady1 and KitFox. We have some blog posts from Toady which I would like to read through because I think that they need to be highlighted on their own because it gives you an idea of what he's working on. So, because they were just kind of quietly posted on the Bay12 blog and not anywhere else, I figured I would go through and get you caught up to speed. So let's dive in. We're going to start off with this post from the other week, which I actually covered as part of the Future of the Fortress, but if you didn't watch that, we'll read through the latter half of this because it ties into what he's talking about in the recent post. Toady writes, "The work progresses. I got some zoomed level travel map site art in, and I have been setting up the raw format and generation of portraits. It seems like it'll work about the same way as the layer sets we're using to create regular dwarves, etc. Graphics with some minor changes. We're also adding palette support. There can be linked to items, body, and appearance as it stacks the layers. We have new default body and equipment sets paired with new palettes for the regular creature graphics. So those pictures will get a nice update as well at some point in this process. And we have a preliminary layout for the adventure mode interface as well. Though this is likely to change. No matter how it evolves, we're going to keep the giant tortoise person for the perform action, because he's become quite the celebrity." And now we move on to the more recent post from Tarn, where he talks about similar things but elaborates. And he says, pretty much the same topics as last time, but I'll try not to just be quiet and instead give an update. We're trying to get a video together, so I'm going to leave screenshots off for the moment. But hopefully you can see the towns soon. Portraits are all working in both modes, including ghosts and undead critters, and so forth. Carolyn's art with Neo Rice's good on animal people. And we had some near literal bit rot in some of the zombie changes over a year ago to the graphical update, which caused adventurers to be generated without clothing, which took a bit to figure out. I see no problem here. Having adventure mode not be playable for years is going to cause little troubles like this, but we'll clear them up as we go. And I think that the current plan is to continue improving the portraits for a while getting palettes working and such, and to push through every single animal person. So I don't expect them to be in the next fort mode patch. But I have a branch where they are up and on the sheets and they look okay so far. I've also been doing a site travel map and Jacob's art, and that's going well. We've got varied larger structures in private towers with their courtyards just a bit spruced up from where it was in ASCII, which already had the accurate enough street maps. Finally, we got some edges up for the version shadows in adventure mode, and so this isn't as blocky. All of this stuff will experience iterations, but it's also time to get some menus in and find some time for archery and other fixes as well. If you've never seen the maps that he's referring to when he's referring to the, over maps, here's a screenshot of Adventure Mode from Classic, where it kind of shows a little bit of what he's talking about here. So when he's talking about these city maps, he's actually talking about this screen in the current game, the big red squares that you see kind of scattered around the map. Those are actually like cities and settlements, and those cities and settlements have their own unique layouts set up in such a way so that different players who then travel to those locations, when you actually drop down in, you kind of have an idea of where you're landing. So you kind of want to know what's going on in that city. How many buildings are there? How busy is it going to be? Especially if it's somewhere that's hostile to you, what exactly do you need to expect? And it's going to be exciting to suddenly see those in Fortress mode as well with the new graphics. So very excited about that. And as far as the portraits go, we've kind of seen previews of these a couple of times, and it's good to hear that they're coming along. And also I've heard rumblings about a new mini trailer or some sort of other footage thing, so keep an eye out for that in the coming weeks. I have a feeling that'll be up sooner rather than later. I just kind of wanted to get this update out the door because I knew that this post was here and I was kind of waiting on something else to pop up, maybe like that actual video that's being referenced here, but because I'm leaving for TwitchCon, I figured it would be a good idea to just kind of get this video done, get this update out, and kind of talk a little bit about what Tarn's been working on, which seems to be a lot of map stuff as well as the icon still. And also, how about that bug with literally adventurers spawning without clothing? That's hysterical. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see more videos like it, check out this YouTube channel. There's a huge playlist of videos talking about Dwarf Fortress, and if you want to keep up to date on things, well, I do my best to do that here as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.